So I welcome you all. We have Manohar with us. Hello, Manohar. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. It's like
Great.
how about you? Like, yeah,
I'm doing good too. So we have Manohar with us, everyone, who will be sharing his journey today. And Manohar, we are glad to have you here. So first of all, congratulations on your achievement, Manohar. So please take us through your journey from being a student at DataMites and successfully landing a job. I think you're working as associate data scientist at Trinity, correct? If I'm not wrong.
yes.
Yes. So please walk us through your journey.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Yeah. When I started my journey, like last 1.5 year back. Yeah. First, I was looking into the course, like which institute to be joined and all that. After that, I got to know that DataMites was having a good opportunity in teaching and all, and even with the placement. So I joined there as a student in the last 2022 September there. And yeah, after completion of all the projects and all, I got the opportunity with the got some several opportunities, and yeah, I missed a few of them, and yeah, finally I got to opportunity to work with the Trinity Mobility, and I joined as there as a associate data scientist internship. I got there, and later I was converted to full-time employment there. Yeah. Uh, Coming to the work and how how it easy to get the work, like to get the job and all. Yeah, it was easy only after get whatever you guys are teaching. It was good to get a job there. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful to know about that, Manohar. So
Yeah.
you were, when did you complete your course at DataMites?
Yeah, I completed in around August 2023. Yeah, I completed it around August 2023. And yeah, after that, I was preparing for some projects, and yeah, I completed them. And after that, placement team came into the picture, and yeah, I was in touch with him after that.
Great. So you were offline student or online student that time?
Yeah, I'm an online student. Was taken the course online, and I did all the course from my home itself. Yeah, the batch was running smooth that time. Every night around 8:30 to 10:30, that batch was running around that, and yeah, it was an online course.
Great, 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 Manohar. So tell us about your sessions at DataMites. How did you enjoy learning at DataMites? So please tell us about that time.
Yes. Yeah. I was new to this data science and Python, as well as whatever the core machine learning concept it is there, everything. Um, I was new to that one. So I was somewhere having intention to learn that to be clearly and precisely. Somewhere I felt like in the starting of that, it was tough to, I mean, the Python to be clear, it was tough to learn. But later, when I started practicing, it was good to practice. I learned on the way. I learned that, and after that, I felt it was okay to, and I felt it is easy to with the Python and as well. And whatever the other things like machine learning and other statistics and all, yeah, you guys have taught well only. I understood from your teaching as well, and whatever the basic is there, I understood some of them. I learned through some other courses. I mean, some other channel YouTube content as well. Yeah, it was better. Starting, it was a little tough to learn, but later I understood the core meaning of what you guys are teaching. Later, realized what is the impact of what you guys have taught at the end.
Wonderful, wonderful, Manohar. So you said that you had a little bit of difficulty in Python. So were you having any experience of programming before you joined DataMites? And that difficulty, you said you did a lot of practice for Python. So if you can share us some, you could say during that time, what you any practice questions you went through, any website you went through, you are during the learning period to practice Python.
Yeah, actually, I'm from an engineering background, mechanical. Where in my first year of engineering, I was having a basics to the all the I mean C programming. I was having I was introduced to that language earlier. There I was having a touch like how I can write the syntax of some programming, but not into the depth like how to completely do a modular programming and all that stuff. I was not aware of that one. So later, when I started doing the data science, that time only, on my own, I started writing the syntax of any logic of that for the context. Later, I realized that somewhere I need to practice a bit more in my programming knowledge, because I had only coming from the mechanical background, I had only little bit of knowledge on the C programming earlier. So, but I was able to correlate that, but I was not into the depth because I haven't practiced that much in the my journey after the first year of engineering. I haven't practiced that much. Later, yeah, when I started data science in 2020 to September 2022, I had somewhere in my mind that I had to practice the programming and all. So I was watching some YouTube channels like there is obviously one a major person in data science, Krishnaik and Campus 316. That persons were there. I was obviously looking into their programming Python playlist and all those things and all before joining to the DataMites as well. And after that, you guys also gave the this Python introduction and all the place how to write the syntax and all. Yeah, I was having like there I got more introduced into the programming, and there I got set after completion of your course and all. Yeah.
Great, 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 Manohar. So, during learning period, how much time you used to spend for your studying? 2 hours used to be session. So after that, how much time you used to spend daily to go through the topic? Machine learning, as we know, that we need to do a lot of practice of, right, for different data sets, different algorithms we need to try out. So how did you go through that?
Yeah, first of all, actually, there coming to machine learning, now, first I felt it was easy only. Like it's everyone actually somewhere when they're starting, it's like confuses. Like it will model will build the model and it will give the predictions. That somewhere we don't know is that model right, wrong? What is that in real world? Whether it will work or not? Like yeah, I had that first doubt in my mind. Oh, we are building simply model dot fit will give that answer. It will give prediction, but I don't know like how it will work at that stage. Later, when I started doing the projects in your whatever the project period was there in DataMites, there I got yeah little bit of introduction how it will be different from the whatever we learned in the course. Like when the training period is there, that time how it is different to the projects. And when I came to my real world scenarios, what is the companies expecting and how real world organizations are expecting in a real world, it is too different from the whatever I experienced. Like a bit of experience I had when I was doing that projects in your data mines. Yeah, later I was when I joined at Trinity, and I their expectations, what in reality they want to achieve, it is we can't miss that out. Like we are the core part, whatever they are trying to achieve. So I felt yeah, it's very good.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, can you tell us about the projects you did at during internship time at DataMites? Which were the projects?
Yeah, it's too far. I can't recall that, but I can tell you that. Um, Sorry, actually, I forgot what projects I done there. But it was good projects actually. I taken all the domains like I intentionally taken from one from CNN, one from deep learning. I mean RNN one I was taken, and one from the basic machine learning, and yeah. All the components like regression, basic machine learning, one CNN, one recursive neural network kind of a thing. Actually, we planned that time like that, and we chose the projects like that only. Yeah.
Great, great, great. So tell us about now your phase two completed. Okay, so phase two where you did of your internship. After
Mm,
that, you went to your sorry, phase three we did internship. So during that internship time and after that you went through the PET, you could say right guidance.
mm,
There you took a mock interviews, correct? So how mock interviews have helped you in your client interviews, Manohar?
definitely, definitely, definitely. Yeah, you guys are giving different levels of mark that whatever the score you are giving, it is for a different levels like communication one level you are considering, and one for a machine learning, one for a Python how much I know, and one for this one deep learning related how much I know, and as well as at the end you guys are giving what is how the communication while during the interview. That overall, when I got that mark sheet in a mail, and when I seen that different sections in that one, I got to know that you guys are going through uh, evaluating the candidate in all the different domains which is required for the to crack an interview. Yeah, that I felt it was good actually. And even during that mock interview, person Jivita has taken that mock interview. I recall that. Yeah, and that interview was helpful only because she asked some questions on SVM that day, and yeah, that questions still in my mind that because if I relate that questions to what the real world people will ask, yeah, I can correlate that questions to the real world scenarios, and I can easily I can prepare myself. Yeah, I can't prepare to the whatever the different company is asking, but I can to the basic level to my whatever the expectation to my extent whatever I want to prepare, I can from my end I was preparing correlating that questions in there.
Great, great to know that the mock interviews has helped you in your client interview, Manohar. So let's talk about client interview. When you
Hmm.
gave the interview, what kind of questions were there during that interview time? Were the questions more theoretical, or were there any implementation of Python questions asked?
Yeah, actually, my interview went to the two levels. First, it was a written test was there, and written test was consisting of all the MCQ questions, where I was able to select. It was in that written test. There was all the statistics, machine learning, and even this one, Python was also there. Some tricky questions was there. Yeah, I chose the. I hope I chose the right answers that day, and it was good. Actually, I scored well on that day, so I said they selected, and the first round, and then I went to the second round where they asked me to write a code on the board to recursive programming. They asked to write a recursive programming on the board, and also list comprehension. That looks a bit easy now, but while joining, it was very tough to be uh, right. Means to correlate how to write the syntax and all. But that time they asked the two questions. One is a recursive programming and list comprehensions that day. I had some practice at that earlier in the same whatever the assessment was there in your submissions. There I had one recursive programming related one question. And also I went through some list comprehensions and dictionary comprehension where I failed in my earlier interview. One of the interview where they are especially asked on the dictionary comprehensions. So I recall that, and I felt like I have to focus on that. And so yeah, that I felt, and I prepared for that on that day. Luckily, they asked the same questions.
Wonderful. So the previous interview has boosted your performance of, right? So the
Yes,
same
yes,
concept we
definitely,
teach in our boosting algorithms only. So it has
definitely, definitely.
really right turned into reality. Wonderful, wonderful, Manohar.
Yeah, definitely. I had before DataMites has given one started giving interview. I personally attended one interview and I felt so bad. Seriously, I felt so bad on that day. They asked me to write a production grade program using the OOPS concept. Oh my God, I felt like it was too tough. I recall, I know, but I never practiced on that day, that times. I felt okay, it's done and dusted. I can't go like this. So I thought of practicing all the Python programming that day itself. So it was, yeah, I felt it is
Wonderful.
easy after that. Yeah.
Great, great, great. So tell us about any questions were asked related to projects which you did over here, Manohar.
Yeah. Projects, seriously, that's where I can't recall that exact project name, but I did a very good projects over that time. Even my projects means they were good actually. So we divided the projects into different components and we did a project. But project in my interview period, they didn't ask me about exactly on a project. They were focused on how well I know on the concepts like what is recall in real world, what is precision. They asked these questions. What? So okay, you. What do you mean by recall? How would you relate to on the because it was a face-to-face interview on that day. They asked me really like good questions. I recall that like what is a recall means and how really you will apply, how you will select that metric in a whether you need to select a recall or a precision for that exact specific problem case. And they wanted to explain that in a deep suppose if you have this scenario, what kind of metric you will choose, like this type of some tricky questions was there. It was focused on the more how much I know on the machine learning rather than the what projects I did on the internship there. Yeah.
Wonderful. So that's a very, you can say, important questions you have shared to our viewers so that they can go through that and they can really work on the questions. Wonderful. So thanks for that, Manohar. So now coming to your day-to-day life as right data scientist. So what do you do in your day-to-day work as a data associate data scientist at your company?
Uh, yeah, I had assigned one use case there actually. So I have to work on that. There is a lot of research on that. Even we are working from many days for that use case, and it's a very real world use case where I have to bring on different algorithms. Where actually there is a challenging scenarios also there where I don't know some of the concepts like reinforcement learning and all. I had to work on that and I have to apply that logic there. And I had to go through a lot of documentation related to that a specific use case where I had to gain the knowledge of the domain knowledge I had to gain. So yeah, it's like not only whatever I learned in the course that will be helpful here because yeah, especially that will help here, but I had to extend myself to learn different things here because reinforcement learning was a different thing I learned. That is a scenario, and after that, documentation reading. That was a tricky where even ChatGPT was there. It was not giving. I'm asking a question, one thing, it is giving different answer. And uh, to be concise, if I'm asking some method, it is telling, yeah, this method is available for that specific this one. But when I implement that method in that use case, that directly, yeah, it will directly tell this method is not available in this one, like that it was telling. Then I was shifted to started reading the documentation. Yeah, this is what will happen in my real world day-to-day life. Like I try to reach out to the chat GPT. Again, I'll give up on that one, and I will come back to the documentation, and I will read that documentation, and again, yeah,
So
implement.
learning is continuous, even though you have to work, right? Uh, the things should be there that we have to keep on, right? Since the technology is updating, we never know that what will be next, right? So we need to keep on updating ourselves. Wonderful, wonderful, Manohar. So which tools you are working on currently?
Mm, tools in the sense, like in the basic libraries only. Like it's not apart from sklearn and all. Apart from that, sklearn had to. There is some other use case where I have to implement some model kind of monitoring scenarios where I had to get into ML flow and all. And apart from that, reinforcement learning is a one, like that different approaches is there, like to that reinforcement instance. There is a specific to our use case that I'm using as of now. But in the backend, that DQN is there, is the base for whatever my use case is there. And apart from that, mm, yeah, nothing much actually. Basically, sklearn, pandas, and basic one only we are using. And PySpark, we are having some very good tool where I need to work to generalize whatever the other persons are doing. Where just a user, whoever the person who don't have that much idea on the machine learning, who can come and just play with the buttons. So if he is using the buttons, we have to write up some backend code for that one. If he's using data from some a data warehouse or a data lake or some data lakes or something, we have to write that code like using the PySpark and all. So we have that code already. Since this is a product, this one, we already there was some implementation there. I'm coming to, learning different things like how the PySpark is used and how the MLOps is used in a real world scenarios. And yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, can you tell us about which important skill our learners should focus apart from Python or SQL, as we know they are the important skills
Mm.
nowadays. But apart from that, which skills you feel we need to focus more on?
Actually, like I want to ask one question here. Like, if they, what kind of like what is their intention? It actually depends on their, like, if they want to be more on depend means they're more interested on becoming an AML engineer, where it comes like uh, yeah, it involves a lot of ML ops. They have to learn a lot of stuff there. And if you want to become a data scientist, yeah, you have to be like challenge yourself that you have to learn a different domain, because each day you will face a different domain that you don't know. That domain understanding you have to get and all. So if you are becoming a data scientist, there you have to challenge yourself as a gaining the knowledge on the domain part, compare it to the programming more. Programming will not be a different. Yeah, it will be a challenge there again. A bit of a programming is needed, but to become an actual data scientist, where he has to go through a understanding of a different how the real world scenario and understanding. Yeah, he has to challenge himself in there. But if he comes into the ML ops, I mean AML engineer, there he can learn some basic concept like ML ops, how he can apply. And also that's why I wanted to ask you a question, like if you want to become a complete full stack, now even the companies are expecting like a generative AI to be learned by the data scientists. where if you wants to go on the generative AI part, yeah, it's like a basic ML and all is not sufficient there. And overall, thing is that learners should focus on the doing the modular coding and code optimizations. That's what happens in real world. From my experience, I can tell that yeah, modular coding is needed, and some that complexity that terms is there actually, cognitive and psychomatic. That readability has to be made simple, and to be writing the code in a modular better way. They have to understand that.
Wonderful advice, I must say,
Mm,
Manohar. So we have some questions from our attendees over here. Let's look into those questions.
mm,
So one student is asking, how do you manage work-life balance, especially in a demanding field like data science?
yeah. There is no thing called yeah, it's not a stressful it's a challenging, just it is a challenging, it is, but it's not stressful when you like it actually. So I like what I'm doing first of all. That's where that's what I would like to say. And it's when you feel challenging and when you like it, you will do that definitely. Yeah, it's apart from that, day to day, everything goes on like morning will come and eventually 9 hours will complete and you will complete your job and you will come back. That's as simple as that. But you have to like it. If you don't like it, yeah, it will be very problem for you, and you will struggle in that case. Yes, you have to like it.
Correct,
Yeah.
correct. So next question is, how did you prepare yourself in job search phase? Got any help from anyone in data mines?
Yeah, I already mentioned this on the in the interview like conversation. Yeah, that PAT team, after completion of the projects and all, the PAT team came into the picture, and they took my mock interview, and they given me the score. There was some threshold to get into the placement assistance, where I had crossed that threshold, and luckily I was in touch with PAT team. Yeah, PAT team helped me to get the job in the present company I'm working.
Correct. So through our DataMites pet team only, Manohar got this job, which he's currently working. So yes. Another question, I think we have already answered that. What does a typical day look like at your work? So this Manohar has already answered. And the next question also, I think he has answered. Can you tell us about the current role and responsibility? So he has already told that. Yeah, so Ravali is asking how much score you got in the mock interviews.
It's very long back, yeah. I can't recall. And I got actually 6.3 or something like that. But exact figure I can't recall because it's too long, and I was having some challenging work days also there. If you go through that right, you can't recall what happened in the past and all. So that exact figure, sorry, I can't recall there. Mm.
Correct. So, team, do we have any more questions for Manohar from LinkedIn or YouTube? Please let us know. So, Manohar, where you are working currently? Are you in Bangalore or any other location you are working?
No, I'm working in office, Bangalore only.
Bangalore office. Okay.
Yes. Mm.
Okay, that's well, that's really wonderful.
Mm.
And yes, I can see we don't have any more questions for you from our team. So thank you so much, Manohar. That was so insightful, and everyone got lots of information from you.
Mm.
And thank you for taking time from your busy schedule to share your knowledge and experience with us. So, congratulations once again on your achievement. Your journey has been really inspiring, I must say.
Mm.
And yes, I hope the insights which you have shared today in this session will help others too. And I wish you a very great success in your career path. And all the best,
Hope
Manohar.
so.
It was nice talking to you. Yeah.
And I think it is right, really helpful to the some other viewers as well.
Yes, yes, it will be. It will be. So thank you, Manohar, for your time. It was wonderful to talk to you.